Did you know you're already deciding and persisting in something? You can't help it. Every moment of every day, you are deciding and persisting in something. What is it that you are persisting in, though? That's easy. Take a look around your life. Take a look around what you are feeling, what you are experiencing, and you will see what you're truly deciding and persisting in. I want to share with you this powerful success story that gives you literally step by step instructions if you want some process to cling on to. This success story is so powerful, and it comes from one of the Rosy Life course and community members. And she shared it, and we talked about it on the live yesterday because it is so powerful that I asked permission to share it with you all. It does not matter what it is that you are desiring, what it is that you would love to manifest in your life. Listen closely to her success story and plug in anything that you want into this story. After I read it, we're going to unfold and look deeper at the things that are in there. And I want to share with you the difference between persisting and forcing something to happen. Welcome, my name is Rose, and welcome to the Rosy Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart and live a life that you love. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you know what to do. Go to RoseyLife.com, or you can sign up for the course in community. And also the 6-month program. This is my biggest program yet that I've ever done. It begins November 15th, and you will travel with me for 6 months and travel in our imagination and just really dive deep into the who you are. That is what we're doing. And many of you have already signed up, and I'm excited to meet with you and see you every week. If you want more details about that, go to RoseyLife.com. Just a quick announcement. A couple of you have reached out to me and said that your credit cards or payment methods don't work because of your country. And so if that's the case, just reach out to me and we'll look for alternate ways on how to do the payment. Okay, and then the other thing too is many appointments, sometimes they don't. I know there's so many different time zones, and the Rosy Life is now reaching across the globe. So there are some times that will conflict with my session time. If that's you, if you're in a time zone where my appointment times aren't even open or available to you, just send me an email and we'll make it happen. I did this already for many of you in places that you guys I've never heard of, and I had to look on a map to see where this little island is that you're on or where you are. And I love this so much that the power of the truth is spreading quickly. All right, so let's start with this story. Go get your popcorn. Pause me for a second if you have to. Go to the bathroom, go get your drink, get your popcorn, get your fluffy socks on, whatever. Cozy up because you're going to love this. All right. So she wrote, "Hello, everybody. I have noticed in the last 2 live streams," remember, she's talking about live streams from inside the course in community, from the Rosy Life course in community. So that's what she's referring to. Oh, shoot, by the way, totally forgot. I just started the Rosy Life membership channel. I totally blanked out. So I just started that last night, and already a couple of you already signed up. It's not obligation. I'm still going to continue to do free content, all right? And that is going to have exclusive content, videos, and shorts. And it's going to be videos like this and then some other things that I plan to have inside there of just more personal, like personable things like about me. And I don't know, I want it to be different, and it's going to have a lot of different things in there. And so if you're interested in joining the membership channel, it's just another way for any of you to support the Rosey Life and in the mission here that we're on, right? So YouTube invited me to do it, and so I did it. So you're welcome to do it. The link is in the description. All right, now all that away. All right, so here, back to the success story. I have noticed in the last 2 live streams and also the last few of Rose's YouTube videos, amongst other points, this idea of deciding and persisting and sticking with your decision was very much emphasized. She's right. So I thought of sharing with you this story, which I think it fits very well with what we have been talking about recently. This story has been a good lesson for me, and I hope it will be for you too. My laptop started giving me some problems to begin with because initially I spilled some tea on the keyboard and then I dropped it on the floor. I kept sort of working for a while. It kept sort of working for a while until it just wasn't working anymore and it just died. I thought, okay, it's time to buy a new one. So I went on the internet and I was looking at different options, different models. I thought, you know what? I don't want a new one. Not because I couldn't afford it. Money wasn't the issue here. It just that I had to get used to the new one, and then I had to transfer all the data, etc. Anyway, whatever the reasons, I still wanted my old one. So I said to myself that I'm just going to get my old one fixed, and it's going to be working like a new one. So I took it to a computer place. The guy kept the computer for about 3 weeks, and I always had to call him to get updates. Anyway, at the end, I didn't have a great experience with this place, and the guy said it couldn't be fixed. So I took it back and went somewhere else. Again, I had problems with this other guy, and at the end, he also said it couldn't be fixed. You're probably thinking at this point, I love this. You're probably thinking at this point, if money wasn't an issue, why didn't I just go buy a new one and save time and avoid all this back and forth? Well, at this point, it was kind of a fun game for me, and I wanted to test the law. I kept fixated on my original desire, that I wanted my old computer working as new, and I'm going to find someone who will do exactly that for me. I kept telling myself, isn't it wonderful my computer is working now? But not like hundreds of affirmations a day, but every time I would think about it, I would say that to myself. So I took it to another place. When I explained what was wrong with it and everything, he said to me, "Don't worry, we're going to fix it." And guess what? They did. Now I have my old computer working as new. What I'm trying to say here, and you can apply it to any desire, is that even if the 3D for a while is showing you the opposite of what you want, expectation is key. Persistence is key. To begin with, the 3D wasn't complying with my desire. The computer experts were telling me it can't be fixed, and so on. But I kept faithful to my desire. I didn't change my desire or settle for something else because of what I was experiencing and what people were telling me what could be done and what couldn't be done. Nope. I was expecting my computer to be fixed, and I persisted until someone who was able to fix it showed up in my reality. Now, you guys, this success story is on fire, all right? It has everything that all of you talk about. Now, many of you think it's a computer. This is a story just about computer. That's not the same thing as a physical thing or a health thing or a love story or a family thing or a job or money or bills or whatever. Yes, it is. It is the same thing. It has all the components of what you are to be seen, to do. This is all the doing is in this success story. Now, what I love is that at the end she says, I persisted until someone who was able to fix it showed up in my reality. So it's not that she was waiting for someone to show up in her reality. She was persisting, and that someone, yes, it was a person, but that someone was her. She persisted until she had that person say, yes, I can do it. So that someone was really her persistence. Do you see that? I know it's like a person, but it was really when she was just, nope, this is happening, that person showed up. So I also want to point out a few things here about her success story. And she says, whatever the reasons, I still wanted my old one. Whatever the reasons were, she says, I know I had the money. I could have gone and bought a new one. And she says, but it doesn't matter what the reasons are of why I wanted that one to be fixed, whether it's because of the data being backed up and transferred and all that stuff. She says, whatever the reasons are, in other words, doesn't matter why I want it. Some of you ask, why do I want this? It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter the reasons. I still wanted my old one. That's the reason, because you want what you want, period. End of story. Interesting. This is also, when I was reading her success story, it reminded me of even like SP stories, like specific person stories of, it doesn't matter why you want that person. You want them, period. But do you see, but she didn't want the old one. She wanted the old one, but a revised one, a different version of her computer. So it's not that you're wanting the old version of your person, you want a new version of your person, because the new version is what you're after. Do you see, you guys, I kind of wanted just to kind of give you guys a little glimpse of how you apply to everything. So conditions don't matter. Doesn't matter what the conditions were of the computer. Doesn't matter what she was thinking. Those don't matter. Whatever the reasons. I have a desire. It's mine, period. That's the reason why you want what you want. Because you want it. End of story. And to desire a thing is to have it. Remember that's Neville Goddard. So then she says computer people, right? The computer people, I think she said guys, but I'll just call them people. Computer people, they were giving her problems. She had problems with them. And they said, no, it can't be done. They said, nope. And not one, but she had several that she went to, and they said, no, can't. And in one of them, she even was calling them to see, and like, give me updates. What's going on with my computer? She was like trying to make it happen. She was like, what's going on? Where's my computer? Where's my manifestation? Do you see? And then she said, no. She says, but the computer people, okay, I put here in quotes. This is me. Computer people, right, equals the 3D. Thoughts, your thoughts, other coaches saying, no, you can't have that. You can't have that. That's not possible. No, you can't. That's not right. You're messing up with the universe. You're dipping into where you shouldn't. No, you can't have that. Or other people telling you, you're just like, you know what, I don't know what to tell you, right? Or doctors saying, no, it's not possible. You're screwed. You're done. Or other gurus telling you, if you don't do this meditation, you're not going to get what you want, because you have all kinds of stuff stuck in the back of your brain and it has to get cleared out, right? Or experts. No, I have had so many business people, entrepreneurs this week as well, to come to me, and we're talking about all these business coaches that they've worked with, wealth coaches, saying that if you don't have this experience, if you don't have a certain kind of product to sell that has high value, that you can't make money, that you have to give the people something that they want to spend their money on, that you have to do this, you have to do that. All these experts saying that you have to do it a certain way, that you have to do this if you want money, if you want to look good, if you want to be in shape, if you want to be healthy, if you want to find the love of your life, that you have to play games, you have to do that, you have to stop doing this, you have to heal your childhood trauma, you have to change who you are, you have to fix this, you have to poke needles in your body, you have to go get energy cleared from you, you have to do all these things. That's the computer people telling them, no, you can't. You can't, or you can until you do all of these things. That's what the computer people means, okay? Isn't it wonderful? My computer is working now. That was her process. That was her technique. Isn't it wonderful? In other words, it wasn't the technique that manifested it. That's a technique that she chose to persist. Do you see? She used that tool, that technique, that tool to persist, to help her to persist in her desire. That's what she did. She persisted. So she said expectation and persistence is key. She's correct. Because you can persist, but what if you're sitting there saying it's not going to happen, it's not showing up? I'm saying it, but it's not happening, it's not showing up. Where is it? So you want to expect that it's going to show up, because it will when you persist in it. Do you see? So deciding, choosing is where you begin and end. So many of you don't even think that you have a choice to have a different feeling or a choice to have a different thought, that you think you can't choose to have a different feeling. You can choose. You have the right. You have the right to choose anything you want. You can choose your thoughts. You can choose your feelings. You can choose the versions of you that you want to be. You are choice. And I want you to say that to yourself. I am choice itself. I am choice itself, and I get to choose whatever I want. So there's no power on earth that can stop your desire when you decide it is. When you decide it is, with that expectation, yes, it is. It is mine. It is done. And so I wanted to talk about the difference, because I've noticed this with some of my one-on-one clients too, is the difference between persistence and force and forcing. And persistence, this is the Oxford Dictionary definitions of these two words. For persistence, it says it's firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. So the opposition is seeming opposition, seeming difficulty. That's what I would add to that definition. So firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of seeming difficulty or seeming opposition, okay? Because who's opposing you? We're going to get to that in a second. And the definition of force is make someone or yourself, make someone do something against their will. So are you persisting against your will? Are you choosing and assuming that you are this person against your will? No, you wouldn't be choosing it if it wasn't your will. Do you see? And you're not choosing it against any other person's will. She wasn't choosing the old computer. She was choosing a new version of that computer. She wanted her computer, but she wanted a new version of it. A new version of it that was working. That's what she wanted. I want my computer, but I want a new version of my computer. I want my person, and I want a new version of my person. The old version didn't work out for me. I want the new version that does work out for me, and that's what I get. Do you see? Who is opposing you? Who's opposing you? No one. There is no one in your reality choosing for you. You're the only one that gets to choose in your reality. You're not making yourself be anything unless you believe you don't or can't have it already. That is lack. When you think that you're forcing yourself to do something, that you have to convince yourself of something, that you have to brainwash yourself something, that you got to continuously make yourself feel something until it becomes natural. I've had several of you one-on-ones come to me with this, that you have learned this with other channels or books or whatever, I don't really know, that you have to keep making yourself feel something, in other words, practice, until that feeling is natural. And when it's natural, then you're going to feel natural, and then you're going to feel like, oh, of course it's mine. And that's when it manifests. And that is a way of manifesting things. But I have had so many people come to me and say, I've been trying to do that, feel natural, and it's not happening. It feels fake, it feels phony, it feels forced. I've been doing it for weeks, months, years, whatever. And you're still trying to get to the point where it feels natural. Because do you see what's happening? You're setting up a condition that in order for you to get what you want, that it has to feel natural. And in order for you to feel natural, you have to do all of this feeling work, imaginal work, assuming work, affirming work, and then you'll feel natural. When it feels natural, then you get it. It's a lot, you guys. That's confusing. And you guys, and that is effective. I'm not going to say it's not effective, because it is. Everything is effective. But notice the conditions that you're creating for yourself instead of assuming that it is already natural, that you are already that person, that you already have what you want. And that is your assumption. You persist and decide. And she didn't have to feel that it was natural that her computer was fixed. She just kept saying, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? My computer's working. Isn't it wonderful? She was choosing the version of her computer that she wanted. She wasn't focusing on that it was broken, that she didn't have it. Do you see? So if, and I love this, these scriptures I'm going to share with you because of this, of who's opposing you, right? Of firm or obstinate continuous in a course of action in spite of seeming difficulty or seeming opposition. Because a lot of times, some of you say that it feels like the 3D has a mind of its own and it's opposing you, and it's saying, no, you can't have it. I don't care if you're affirming. I don't care if you're assuming. Go ahead and choose all you want. You're not getting what you want. A lot of you guys feel like that, right? But here, if God is for us, who can be against us? And that is Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who could be against us? God is in you. God is for you. Nothing, no one can be against you. Nothing. It's just a feeling, a thought that you think that something or someone is against you, opposing you, or there's difficulty. It's not real. Not my will, but thy will be done. When it comes to force, make someone do against their will. Well, you don't want their will. You don't want, in fact, your will, the physical costume body, that will, right? They're going to fight. She'll fight. She'll push against you, and she'll say, no, this is hard, right? But so that's the scripture saying you don't want that physical body will. What you're saying is just like, thy will be done. In other words, it's not that God's making a choice for you and you don't get to choose. No, you're choosing and you're letting God do his will. In other words, to give you the kingdom, to allow. He's doing the work. You get to choose, and you're letting him do the unfolding through you, as you, for you. That's his will, is to give you everything. But he can't go against your will. You have to declare and be and persist to be that person. And then his will is to give it to you. Do you see the difference? So you're not going against anyone's free will. You're not going against your free will. You're choosing and you're allowing the will of the Father to move through you. You must be brazen. This is Neville Goddard, and it goes perfectly with this. You must be brazenly impudent and not take no for an answer. Try it. That's Neville Goddard. You must be brazenly impudent and not take no for an answer. That's the definition of persistence. That's why he talked about it so much. And this is just Oxford Dictionary's definition of persistence. And he says brazenly impudent. That's what you're doing. That's what she did. That's how she got her computer. She says, I decided, I persisted, and I got exactly what I wanted. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life, and thank you for becoming a member of The Rosey Life channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys. There's going to be some new content coming up there real soon. I will see you over there as well. I love you guys so much. You're all so freaking amazing. Bye.